Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crypto at the Ferrum Roundtable. I'm Tom from the marketing team here at Ferrum Network, and please welcome, there's a team from Ferrum Network, Nick and Taha. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey everyone.
Thanks for having us.
And the most important people of this video call, actually, these are the alpha testers of Crucible. Hey Volker, hey Nufractal, hey Tentacles, how are you guys doing?
Hey Tom, hey everybody.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, doing great.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
be
having us, and looking forward to sharing some alpha testing experience. Appreciate it.
That's what we're here for. So that's so good. I'm so excited because I haven't tested it out myself yet, and I know you guys have, and I've seen your comments as well. So I'm super excited to hear your experiences and opinions. But before we actually start, guys, if you maybe could give us a little brief introduction to yourselves and tell us a little bit how you got, how did it start with Ferrum? How did you get involved with Ferrum? We can start with Volker, maybe.
Yeah, hi everybody. Hi, I'm Volker. In the crypto space for around about a little bit more than 2 years. I started with the typical currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, and others. Relatively soon, I found good opportunities with IDOs and pre-sale, private sale. That was basically the reason I got involved with Ferrum. Especially if you look into this area, you quite quickly find Ferrum. And right after that, especially the team and their engagement with the community in Telegram and so on, that impressed me a lot. And also the other products that Ferrum offers, besides pre-sales, that convinced me quite a lot to invest much more. And yeah, at the end, I ended up with joining the governance committee, which is quite a good experience.
Cool, that's so good. Nufractal, what about you?
Yeah, hey. So I entered crypto in 2017, right in December. I literally bought the top of the last cycle. No clue what I was doing, and I kept buying. Right, not a whole lot. Right, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. And it's going to go back up soon. XRP is being listed on Coinbase. Yes, let's load up 900 tokens. And it was a disaster. Just everything bled out. But I had conviction in the technology, right? So I stuck with it. I found Ferrum either late 2018 or early 2019. I don't remember. And that wallet was a non-hardware wallet. I don't even know where it is now. So I'd have to go back to see like the official transaction. But really, it was the community. Nick made a comment recently saying that it's like a 24/7, 365 AMA with Ferrum, and that stuck home to me because that really is what it is. Everybody's always available, very transparent, communicates with the community, and I love the team. I love the vision. I love the innovation that's taken place, and I was waiting for a long time for a Discord server. I used to hit up Ian on Telegram like, hey, when is it launching? And he's like, oh, it's coming soon. So I think Discord serves to enhance it. And so I enjoy the experience with everybody in the community, the developers, the marketers, etc. And it's just a fun time. I've since kind of refocused my strategy in crypto, more learning, absorbing knowledge, right? Not throwing $100 at XRP every other week anymore, but it's fun. So that's kind of my story. And I'm just looking forward to being in the space, as long as I can be, and just enjoying the ride, for lack of a better term. So, thanks.
Great, thank you, Nufractal. Pleased that you're actually here with us. And Tentacles, what's your story?
So I got into crypto 2017. So basically, I came in as a hunter and airdrop hunter. So most times I was looking for free airdrops, coins, and things like that. So I started crypto through Steemit, a blogging platform, if you're familiar with that. Steemit, so they pay SBD, and I really got interested in crypto. That was around 16 years thereabouts. So I found Ferrum later. My friend told me about the first Crucible app. That was in 2020, and I really got interested. Found out about the Ferrum Launchpad and got to raise some amount of funds for the Ferrum Launchpad. And it was really cool working with Ferrum, and it's been a really nice experience. And I would say Ferrum has really opened my eyes in the crypto industry recently.
Cool, guys. Thank you so much for introducing yourself to us, to the community as well. This is all great because I love when everyone has different story, right? How they go into crypto and how they go into Ferrum itself as well. But what we're here for is discussing the Crucible. Now, Nick and Taha, if you could give us an overview and a short intro as well to what is Crucible. And Taha, I know that we've discussed previously as well. If you could also give us an idea of the process of the Crucible testing and phases as well.
Yeah, Nick, you want to take the Crucible overview, and then I can hop in there, talk about our rollout strategy and things of that sort.
Yeah, for sure.
And
so
just one
go
thing
ahead.
you get started. I know for some of us on here, it would be good just as a general best practice. Let's make sure we mute our microphone when we're not speaking. It will reduce the echo. The community members that might be watching this, it'll have a better experience. And then just remember to unmute when you are speaking, of course. So Nick, over to you, sir.
Sweet. Thanks, Taha. Yeah, so actually, I've been on this never-ending quest to find the perfect explanation of Crucible because it is a very nuanced product. And today I was actually writing an article about it, and I feel like I stumbled upon a pretty good, nutshell explanation that encapsulates it in its entirety. But basically, I think to understand Crucible, you got to understand the underlying technology, which is plasma staking, which combines a set of smart contracts involving elements of reflection staking to create a sustainable rewards economy powered by arbitrage opportunities. That was the most concise that I could put it. But there's there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of nuances with the product, and I think we're all kind of still learning the ceiling of it and what it could potentially be. But that's what I got so far. I could explain it a lot more in depth, but for the sake of time, I think we'll probably understand it even better for those that don't by the end of this the interview, getting everyone else's take on it as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I get excited hearing about anytime, especially Nick is explaining Crucible or anyone on our team when we work on this, because this is something that we started working on a long time ago, even before it was announced. One of our first sessions that we have in Naeem, I remember down at Workhive in downtown Salt Lake City on the big board when all the ideas went up there. And this was really a quest to make the impossible possible, to make that thing that in your head you think crypto should be about, constant, self-sustaining, just unlimited potential through DeFi protocols. And that was what this quest was for. And it was quite complex and still is. But the way that we are rolling this out is also an indication and laying the foundation of how we will be rolling out our mainnet, both obviously as we go forward and define our strategy for what the Ferrum network will look like and what our blockchain strategies will look like. We also have a massive surprise that we'll be revealing to the community in terms of token utility for both of our tokens. So if you're not tuned to our channels, you might want to look out for that. But let me dive into how we're rolling this out. Crypto, as we all know, the cool thing about crypto that we love is that it's the Wild West of anything that you can think of, whether it's finance or tech or ideas. It's kind of like this free for all, like you're free to create whatever you want. And which is a phenomenal feeling. It's what excites us. It's what makes us want to get up and go and deliver these cool, incredible ideas. But it also, like anything that comes along, there's always two sides to the coin, right? So the flip side of that coin is that there's typically not as much stability. There's not as much focus always on user experience. And when we talk about why we have a problem with mainstream adoption of crypto and different blockchain technology implementations, it's because we design products that are designed for the DeFi degens, right? And at Ferrum, while we do that, we do create products like Crucible, where just describing it throws you for a loop. We try to design experiences that are for those folks that are just dipping their toes into the waters of crypto, right? So you come into our gateway dashboard as an alpha tester, as some of you might have experienced. While yes, you can take one token and mint another token and then go mint LP tokens and then come back and add liquidity. While yes, that sounds like a complex concept, The UX is designed in a manner that it guides you through it. If you've never done it before, and as long as you have Ferrum tokens, you will be able to start with Ferrum and end up with LP tokens staked in a farm, earning sustainable rewards. And that is what we focus on. Now, why don't we just launch it directly to the public? Is because when you're designing a concept like that, as builders, we have certain assumptions. We've built it, so we have some biases. And instead of just releasing it to the public and having this new person that's getting exposed to our products and services figure it out and tell us all the bugs and issues that might be there, we, of course, go through an intense QA and security process internally. But once we go through that, we involve our supporters, such as the alpha testers you see on this call, to come and tell us what is it that they're finding that can be improved. And we've already received tons of feedback in that area. We then implement that feedback, and then we do multiple rounds of it. We've already done 2 rounds of alpha testing. We'll be doing 2 more to close out this alpha testing round for Crucible. And then we will do a review week, and we will go to a larger public beta group where there will be a much larger group that will come into the product, in which a larger group of people will be able to utilize the product, enjoy its benefits, and report feedback. Once we have that incorporated, we'll go to a full-on public launch, and that's when we just start lighting fire behind all of the marketing activities and the campaigns that we have around it. And this same strategy is going to be utilized to roll out all of the technological solutions that we're implementing with our mainnet and other products and services too. So hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight behind the process. And it's just been an incredible journey working with this team, with our alpha testers. I want to thank them. I want to give a big shout out to especially the folks on this call, but also all the folks. We have, I think, about 30 alpha testers right now that are participating in this, and over 500 active applications out of 20,000 members in our community. So very thankful for everyone that has supported us throughout the process. And back over to Tom.
Thank you so much for this, Taha. And thank you, Nick, for the overview on Crucible as well. We all now we all now know the process and different testing phases as well. But yeah, guys, we just want to know your thoughts, your opinions, your experiences that you've had with Crucible so far. New Fractal, maybe we can start with you this time. What do you think? How's it going?
Yeah, hey, so number one, thank you to the team for allowing me to be one of the early testers. It was a great opportunity. It's on the leaderboard. You use the password. When I first logged in, the first thing I noticed was the UI. It was a beautiful user interface. The Ferrum colors, everything had smooth edges. It was easily digestible and understandable. You could see the Ferrum price, the Ferrum X price, the C Ferrum and Ferrum X price. And then there's a video that the tutorial video as you're entering it that you can watch to better understand what you're about to engage in. And what I found fascinating was really the options. You have to there's a lot of strategy involved, and I think it's dynamic, right? You mint the C Ferrum and Ferrum X, and then do you single side stake it? Do you go over to Ape Swap, and I believe maybe eventually Pancake Swap, and do you add liquidity, all right, with the BNB pair with C Ferrum or Ferrum X? And then you can take the LP tokens back over to Crucible and stake those as well. And so, and then you got the arbitrage, because you're seeing the price fluctuations, right? And even with the little volume that we may have had with the minimal testers, you could still see that arbitrage. And then some reverse arbitrage popped up where it was C Ferrum was higher in price than Ferrum, but there were times where that flipped a little bit. And so again, having a little bit of strategy there, you really have to think through your process, and maybe you single side stake some, maybe you LP a little bit, and then you have different avenues of approach as you're navigating Crucible. And so my experience was a great experience. It wasn't perfect. There were a couple little minor issues, refresh issues, but there was no catastrophic failures. And I think that's extremely important. I mean, didn't think there would be, but you just never know, as the team had discussed with it being such an innovative product. It was minor issues. I reported what I had experienced to the team. They're working on fixes, and I really am excited for continued alpha testing, the beta testing, and then eventual launch. So in a nutshell, although not perfect and there were small issues, it was a great experience. And again, it's kind of like a game strategy involved, and you have to figure out how you're going to approach it. And I think it's going to be a massive hit. And just to throw this out there, right, as an investor, as somebody that loves crypto, how could you not look at Ferrum Network with massive binoculars at this point? I mean, they're touching on so many aspects of crypto, the strong team. It's just an exciting time to be in the space as a whole, but also be a community in Ferrum Network, a community member in Ferrum Network. So I hope that kind of explains it right. Again, it's hard to explain it right once you got to get hands on it, but that's kind of my take for my experience with Crucible. Thanks.
Thank you so much for that in-depth actually analysis of how it's been so far with Crucible. Tentacles, maybe you can go next and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, so my first experience with Crucible was quite it was late to my local time, so I was kind of feeling sleepy, but so I thought, okay, this is something complex, but okay, I tried it. I went for some assistance, and I went to Ape Swap, so I saw a 30% price difference, and I was like, wow, I've never seen something like this before. And converting my CFRM, which I minted earlier as an alpha tester, to FRM, I was gaining like about 30%. So I got to trade my bags, and I was like, wow. So immediately I was really happy and all that. So I went online, went to Twitter, and I was really happy. So I really want to see this product go further to other crypto projects. I want to see it everywhere, if possible, on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, if possible. Bitcoin is in open source, but well, it's a really nice product. It's a really nice product, and I want to thank the team for giving me an opportunity to test it, even as an early user. It's really nice. Just some little push, and with the sustainable income, I see it's a really great product, and it's a revolution Ferrum has created, in my opinion. It's a revolutionary product. So thumbs up to the Ferrum network. Yeah. So the hearing an update from the Discord roundtable and the improvements. One thing I really like about Ferrum is that they give the community some opinions. They always give ears to the community. So when we commented as an alpha tester about the reverse arbitrage from CFRM back to FRM, yeah, the fee was taken off. And they always put the community before themselves. And once again, thanks for the community for giving us the opportunity to test this app. Yeah, so the set practice makes perfect. I'm thinking of some bots, or I hope I can develop some bots to always notify me when an alpha trade is being done. So I want to see more of those developments. I heard more of the Crucible competitions. I really want the marketing to kick off. So thumbs up to the Ferrum network once again.
That's so nice. Thank you so much, Tentacles, for this.
Yeah.
And Volker, what are your thoughts on Crucible so far?
Yes, when I started the alpha testing, I didn't expect the product to be in this stage, in this advanced stage. So from my personal perspective, I don't think it is fair to call it alpha. It's really much more stable already. It's fully functional product. It's not a typical alpha product, and it runs smoothly. The user interface is very intuitive. It's straightforward, as you explained before. It's following the workflow one step after the other, quite easy to use. It's really self-explaining. And besides some minor recommendations I provided, I did not find any issue. So it was really impressive to see how easy it is to mint the token, to build a liquidity pair, to farm it or stake some CFRMs, for instance. Very, very easy, and also the APRs are very impressive. They changed quite a bit during the tests, but this depends obviously on the trading volume. And as we had some limits in terms of the volume we could gamble with, let's call it this way, the trading volume changed over time. In the beginning it was quite big, but over time it was reduced after everybody basically used all his amount of liquidity he could use. And yeah, but it makes sense from my perspective to limit it so that potential issues could be found. But as I said before, I did not find myself any issue, and I'm much looking forward to play more with arbitrage and all that stuff. It's very impressive and a nice product. And thank you again for the opportunity, also from my side, to participate in this test.
Thank you, guys. And we obviously want to thank you as well for taking the time, you know, the willingness to explore Crucible, to learn about Crucible, to test it out and be, you know, the pioneers as well on Crucible, just like Taha, just like Nick, you know, and the team, the masterminds behind Crucible. Thank you so much for doing this and for taking the time and exploring Crucible, like I've mentioned. I want to actually ask you, you know, like for people out there that, you know, maybe it's the first time they actually hear about Crucible, what do you find the most exciting so far with everything that you know? What do you think is so groundbreaking, and what do you find most exciting about Crucible? And I know, Nufractal, you're quite short on time, so maybe you can go first.
I would say just the innovation, the kind of the game theory. Strategy. Again, it kind of goes back to, it's not, you know, we've seen DEXs, we've seen, you know, being an LP, watching out for impermanent loss. But when I first, you know, entered Crucible, it was much more than that. And I was immediately clear. And so as soon as you orient yourself with the possibilities and the functionality and the dynamics of Crucible, I think that it's enduring excitement, because there's so many things to do. And if the volume continues to fluctuate, and because you can unstake and stake and LP and arbitrage, etc. Again, it goes back to the strategy, the game theory. I wouldn't say gambling, but whatever, right? It's you know, whatever floats your boat, but it's the dynamics and functionality of what I saw in the alpha testing. So it's just it's an exciting DeFi product, and I've tried many, and I would just say it's an exciting, innovative DeFi project.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I couldn't say anything less on that, to be honest. Volker, what do you find most exciting about Crucible?
Yeah, basically, as I already said, impressive for me is the ease of use of the user interface. It's so much straightforward. And then the two kind of functionalities. First, the arbitrage trading, which is very impressive and nice. Also, as New Fractal said in the beginning, the arbitrage and the reverse arbitrage opportunities, depending how the two tokens develop against each other, the FRM and the CRFN, for instance. And secondly, the other function, staking, farming, and the nice rewards. Yeah, the package itself is what makes it complete and exciting.
Cool, thank you. And tentacles? Oh, can you hear us? Tentacles, can you hear us? Oh, I'm not sure if Tentacles can hear us, but if he's gonna come back maybe. And well, let's see if the audio is going to work again for Tentacles. In the meantime, I actually wanted to ask Taha and Nick, do you have any questions before we move on? Do you have any questions to our alpha testers? Is there anything that you want to find out as well?
Yeah, I think how would you guys compare? Like, you probably you know, most of you guys have been in crypto for some time. How would you compare the launch and the strategy for the rollout for Crucible compared to some of the other products you've tried? And do you have any feedback for us? Like, is this a better way to do it in your opinion? Or bringing some of the things that we find that work in the traditional space and combining them with, obviously the speed and pace that's expected in crypto. So what's your feedback? How are you observing that? And do you feel it's something we should do a lot more of, or should we change direction? What's your thoughts on it?
I can start. No, I think Ferrum has always struck me as not just following in the status quo or following behind a certain model and kind of being one step behind. Ferrum and Crucible, in my opinion, is a shining example of really, I look at your team as being pioneers in the space, actively innovating to bring new thoughts and game theory and technologies to enhance the DeFi experience while remaining extremely transparent, professional, and community oriented. And so as an investor, how can I not like all those things? And so that's really it for me. I would just encourage the team to continue what you guys have really set the standard for. And it is that visionary outlook. How can we innovate and build? And then the way you rolled it out was great. It was Discord was leveraged heavily. The sign out process was flawless. And then when we were notified that we were a tester, it was very clear. The instructions were clear. The rules were clear because everybody had to abide by a certain set of rules because it was a small test environment. And so that the rollout was flawless as well. And again, my intent isn't to just sit here and have all pros and no cons, but what I mean it when I say the issues that I came across were very minimal. I mean, very minimal, especially like Volker said, especially for an alpha. You're kind of, I use a fresh wallet and you're kind of expecting maybe some catastrophic failure. And I just didn't see that. So not to go too long, but I would just say, keep being pioneers in the space. I think you guys are bringing a ton of value, and you're really looked at, in my opinion, as kind of the pinnacle for where more projects should probably look to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, from my perspective, I could continue. I think it's very good how you played it. You just took a few people into the testing team, and after 1 week, you put a few other guys to it. So it's all so let's say safety, security is in the center. By the way, this is also the case in your other products. It's always in the center to have everything in a secure environment, maybe the bridge or anything else or the pre-sale. So security is key, and with this product, even if you call it alpha, your stepwise approach is very good to see the behavior of the system. If you find some minor things that you can adjust it before you invite more people. Over time, of course, many people are interested to join, and you open it more to the broader community. And I think this is exactly the right approach. And at the end, once the product is in the beta and in the final phase, I think the whole community will benefit from it.
Awesome. It's good to hear that feedback. It's very reassuring. So we'll continue to make the approach even better than it has been. And I know there are some improvements that are to be made, and we've noted them down. We'll continue to improve on that. So Tom, I know we're in the final few minutes. Back over to you, and then we can maybe go over the final items on the agenda and go from there.
Yep, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
I'm back.
can you hear us, Tentacles?
Yeah, I can. Sorry,
yes, you can. Okay,
disconnection.
Cool. No worries. Things like this happen. But maybe you can just briefly share your thoughts on what you find exciting about Crucible the most, for other people to learn as well. And how is it different from any other protocols and products, DeFi products out there?
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I really say it's nice to give us an idea of what the mainnet will look like. So I really see Crucible as a step to the mainnet. So for us, your consumers, your community, seeing something like how the mainnet will be, it's already the biggest form of marketing in this kind of industry. Now, when people in the crypto community see, okay, Crucible is really going well, and this is just a trailer of how the mainnet will look like, wow, everybody wants to jump into Ferrum. People want to use Ferrum products. And I really think that that's a very good advantage for Ferrum. And of course, you guys have a very good community. So it's already a thumbs up for Ferrum. So nice work there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And Nick, Taha, what's next for Crucible?
I guess I could give a little insight there. We are going to be rolling out 2 more batches of alpha testing, which is super exciting because we're going to actually be able to see how the product scales. And, you know, I think this has been mentioned before, but the main thing that we have to really keep in mind is this correlation between TVL and volume. And as we bring on more and more testers, and there's going to be more and more volume, but there's also going to be more and more TVL, right? So how do we encourage that volume through these arbitrage opportunities is going to be a really exciting implementation that you're going to see in these next phases of alpha testing, and then even more so in beta testing. And this is going to be ways that we're going to be able to leverage legacy products and services like pre-sales or partnerships to ensure that the volume remains high, being able to kind of optimize liquidity, bringing in other ways to increase volume, really, so that these rewards remain sustainable and they continue to accrue. So that's really, I guess, what I'm looking forward to most, is seeing how those types of initiatives are implemented. We've got a ton of really cool ideas for it, but I know from the actual rollout side, Taha can probably say a little bit more. I know we're making some final adjustments to the actual fee structure and things like that as well. So we're removing the unwrapping fee, which is going to encourage more and more arbitrage opportunities. I kind of think of it like a pendulum, and the way that it was these reverse arbitrage opportunities were kind of getting stalled out because people weren't able to unwrap the token because it was a 4% fee, and it wouldn't have made sense even if the price of Ferrum was higher than CFRM. So we've removed that. We're going to be adding that 4% fee to the unstaking fee instead, encouraging people to hold their FRM more and ultimately their CFRM, right? But it's going to be encouraging more and more arbitrage opportunities when these reverse arbitrage opportunities happen, which I think are going to happen more often than we thought. So that's really what I'm looking forward to, is those minor changes to the fee structure and the initiatives that are going to encourage trading volume.
Yeah, and if you listen to the last few minutes of what Nick explained, it should give you nothing but tremendous confidence. And I think what I want to end with in terms of final thoughts and what's next for Crucible kind of hints on that, right? Like this product and almost all of the products and services of Ferrum are being built by people that are not working based off of theory. In fact, our ideal avatar is based off of Nick's profile. We call him Rick Rodeo. And it's this DeFi degen character that, you know, sort of really enjoys the products and services that Ferrum is building. And then we also try to bring an element of how do we make that accessible to an average user, to someone that's just getting into crypto. And that's what I bank on, right? When I look at the team at Ferrum, that's what excites me. Like this idea coming into inception from Naeem's mind, Ian's sort of leadership and brilliance, setting the standard of how to engage with the community, sort of setting that benchmark for everyone else. And that's what the community loves so much. And then the rest of the team kind of coming together and just delivering excellence and committing to that is what you should be looking out for, and why you should be paying attention to not just Crucible, Ferrum Network, our mainnet coming along, and other products that are come on next. Crucible itself has limitless potential. I know right now it seems already as such a massive implementation with a self-sustaining DeFi protocol, but this is just one implementation. We have thought of probably 24 implementations that are already in the back of our mind and our backlog about how we can implement this in terms of our own use cases for other projects in the space. There's gamification that can be brought in. This can actually bring utility to games that are being made in the metaverse and actually add functional utility to those games instead of trying to force game dynamics with their own token. So there's tremendous use cases with the Crucible. In terms of rollout, as Nick mentioned, we're going to do 2 more batches of alpha testing, but then it's all heading towards the road to production. So the road to production to Crucible, so alpha, beta, production launch. And then after that, of course, we'll move on to the next item. In the meantime, we're also working in parallel to make sure we launch our mainnet. And this quarter is going to be a lot of focus around our POC testnet for the Ferrum Network mainnet. And then we'll be revealing some surprises in that area. But yeah, it's going to be an incredibly exciting quarter, guys. I can't go to sleep at night, and it's not because that it's not just that the amount of work that we have, it's that you go to sleep, you're dreaming about all the exciting things that you want to work on. So sleep is almost an inconvenience, and it's incredibly exciting to work with this team. And it's incredibly excited to build products and services for our amazing community, because you guys are just incredibly awesome, and we wouldn't be anywhere without you. So thank you so much. And back over to you, Tom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Taha. Thanks, Nick. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your experiences with us, Volker, Tentacles, and Nufractor, who's had to leave earlier. Thank you so much. For everyone, if you haven't checked out Crucible yet, come and join our Discord server, sign up for the next batch of alpha testers, experience what these guys are experiencing, be a part of revolutionizing the whole DeFi space with Crucible and with Ferrum Network. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you for being here.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
No problem.